The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The result, a first down, as a quick slant gets him 14.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers,
they enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in 2nd down.
This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
2nd and 6. Herbert.
Wide open receiver, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The Chargers at 6-3 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle.
Down the right sideline. He may go.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of what...
And that's caught inside. Reaches the 27. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run with Hall. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, tried his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And it's a touchdown for the Jets. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be in just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
The slot man in motion right. Again, Herbert. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he takes it in for the Charger touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
A big pickup of 38.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front. He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
Throwing the out route, he's got Parker.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and sneak it here.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
They'll set up a throw. Parker's got it for a Jets touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Aubrey now for the point after.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45. You talk about this Jets defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
The game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now they go screen. It's complete. And, oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 14-14.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Herbert back to the air.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. They snap it to Herbert.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jets are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
Well, it looks like they'll move things around here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And they work this out past the 25. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, and a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Well, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Herbert now. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Jets are going to get the football back.
To the right side, he's got Parker.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Straight ahead is home.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
43 yards.
And the Jets have taken the lead. Aubrey Good with a PAT.
And the lead is now 21-14. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, That may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go-around.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's Herbert. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Now back to throw. Parker's got it. He's got a Jets touchdown. Second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now it's Herbert.
Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Jets are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
And check down, complete to Hall.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
That'll be caught by St. Brown.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And he'll go down at the 28. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A handoff as they run the counter play. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward.
And this is going to be a Charger touchdown.
Ladd McConkey
from 6 yards away.
And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards that time for number 14.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
That's going to be caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer, 32 yards. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Jets are going to get the football back. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Hall want to give up the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 1. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there with an amazing diving catch. And the Jets are able to add on to that lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
This is caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Chargers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. This pass out wide to Hall. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. That's complete to Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On Herbert, his third interception. And the Jets will take over possession here up at the 44. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw.
Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
A handoff for Hall.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, and this one, they may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid
taking it in.
And the Jets are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Aubrey now for the PAT.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
52, Chargers 35.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer.
And he's brought down.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Herbert off of play action.
Open man right side. That's McConkey.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
To the air again, Herbert.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now it's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown.
Michael Mayer,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
To the right side, he's got Parker.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
They'll run with Hall.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
Hall again.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll get this out in a hurry to Parker. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
And check down, complete to Hall.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
And now they'll shift things around.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. A great play there, 35 yards.
And the Jets are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, he's...
I steam, broski, yummy. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in the she just made a beat. I got rolling over, speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my they say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I release my soul, now they taking pictures. Eyes on the prize, it's my last soda. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries to the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a G, I got a date with destiny. Keep coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause bro recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tied up. Ties on the industry advice. I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in the sky. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah.